Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I am so happy that you are here for another sample Saturday. There's quite a few things that I went through this week just because of how the week went. So let's get started with that. We're going to start with rituals. This is the Ritual of Sakura, which is Zensational foaming shower gel with organic rice milk and cherry blossom. I really like not only this brand and this product, but I do like the scent too. I don't know if this is my favorite. This is just like a very nice, light, pleasant type of scent. It's, you know, kind of a powdery floral, but not too powdery because I'm not usually into too powdery of scents, but I really like these. They do not last that much. I go through these much faster than regular body washes, but yes, really do like this one. So I don't know what I did with one of my samples. I did go to something outdoors and I took this with me, and I don't know like what happened to it afterwards. I know that I put it somewhere upright because of issues that I was having with it, but I did go outside and I did go do something which is very unusual for me, but I wore so much sunscreen, and one of the things that I brought was a Coola setting spray, like a spray sunscreen, and that's what I can't find. So I will have a picture of it up here. I just have the little tiny one. It's about this big, little spray bottle. It smelled nice. It was not a fine mist, so I had like a paper fan with me, and when I sprayed my face, it was kind of all over the fan, which was kind of disappointing because it was like a souvenir fan for the thing that I went to, which was, I wanted to keep it, and I will, but I just wish it didn't have all those spots from the sunscreen. The other thing that I found was in taking it, which I had never used it, there was a whole bunch of liquid in the cap. So like when you pulled off this cap, like I had to hold it sideways away from me to let it pour out. And it did that before I had even sprayed it anywhere. And then it did it again on the way home. So that's why I put it somewhere. And I don't know where I put it because I didn't want it to leak on anything. It's somewhere. I'm not really sure where it is. I will finish it up and hopefully you'll see it in empties. It was fine. The scent was fine. It was kind of like a coconutty scent. And I didn't get sunburn. I mean, you can tell that I am still as pale as always. So it did a good job. It did everything that it was supposed to. It just, maybe the full-size product is better, but that one was not good. The other two sunscreens that I used, because I used these on my ears and my neck and my chest and, you know, the back of my neck and my arms, anywhere where the sun was going to hit. And we were sitting for quite a while before the sun went down and the show started. I went to a show. I was so excited. Yeah, so I used this one. This is the Epionce Ultra Shield Lotion SPF 50. This one was pretty good. I ended up using it just on my forearms. It didn't feel sticky. It didn't leave like too bad of a white cast. So this is one that I think was pretty good. And if you can get your hands on it, it would be a good sunscreen for like your face. I think it would work well with makeup. The other one that I used was the Cerave Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Face Lotion with Invisible Zinc. And it's supposed to be, you know, more of a mineral sunscreen than a chemical sunscreen. It says it has ceramides and niacinamide and water resistant for 40 minutes. This was one that when I got home, I was too tired to like shower. But I did take a makeup wipe and wiped all of my sunscreen off because it felt so grody here. And I had it like on my upper arms, even though I had like a t-shirt on, I put it all the way up to my shoulders so that if the t-shirt moved, it would still protect there. My arms felt sticky. I had, you know, I'm getting wrinkly neck, but like even not even the larger creases, but the little tiny creases that I have in my neck, which I didn't even realize that I had these little tiny white lines everywhere. And I rubbed that sucker in and rubbed it and rubbed it and rubbed it. It just didn't last, which was really disappointing. This was not one that I would recommend. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it felt. I didn't like how it performed. Like, it protected my skin. I just didn't like how it felt or what it looked like on my skin. It was disappointing. Let's talk something that's not sunscreen. So I have a new moisturizer. This is the Vichy Laboratories Liftactiv Peptide-C, and it's just an anti-aging day cream. Oops, I didn't see that it said day cream. I've been using this at night. This has been my evening night cream for the past week, 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. I've used quite a bit of it. It doesn't really have a scent to it at all. It's pretty benign. If you've tried anything else from Vichy, it kind of smells like that. It kind of smells like a mineral water, if that makes sense. And it's a fine moisturizer. I don't know if it's something that I probably wouldn't go out and purchase it, but I think it does its job. Then, in my quest to use up more masks, this is the Blackhead O2 Bubble Pore Pack from Caolion. And this is weird. You can see, like, it's kind of gray with beads in it. I don't know if that's showing up. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It was fine. I don't know what it was really supposed to do. I don't really feel like it made any difference. I only used it once, though. So I will finish it up and it will be in an empties video eventually, but it wasn't super exciting. All right, like I said in my last video, I was using up my Moisture Surge from, oh my goodness, my Moisture Surge from Clinique. That's what I was saying. Because I was testing out serums, and I'm going to talk about the serum in just a minute. But I didn't want to test out the moisturizer that I'm currently testing out, that I'm wearing today. With the serum, I wanted to test them out separately. So I just grabbed this one once I finished my Clinique. And this one isn't finished, so you'll see it in an empties. But this is one of my favorite moisturizers as well. This is the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Lotion. It's very similar to the Moisture Surge. This one might be a titch more hydrating, but it is a really good one. It's one that I reach for again and again. Every time I get a sample or the opportunity for a sample, I get really excited. All right, let's talk about that sample or that serum that I used all last week. And this is from Clarins. I got this as part of an influencer. They wanted me to test this out. I am currently testing out the moisturizer, so you'll see that talked about next week. This is the Clarins Double Serum Hydric and Lipidic system, and it has curcuma and turmeric in it. There's like 2 barrels in here, and the same goes for the actual thing. What I found works best for these, if you have any, and I think I have more of these actually that I got somewhere else, not from influencer, is I push them down to the middle so that I only am trying to push them out from one side, and then you break it and it comes out here, and it's a pain in the butt to get this stuff out and to mix it well. It is an interesting serum. I don't know, like, I didn't really have any issues with it. It's a more moisturizing serum. It definitely has that lipidic, or I don't know how to pronounce that, but lipids are fatty acids. So it definitely, you do feel like that creamier texture to it. It definitely felt more moisturizing than a normal serum. It had a more oily consistency. It wasn't like super oily or anything. It absorbed fairly quickly. I think the actual bottle might be easier to deal with than this, but I did like it, and I will be interested to use it some more. I don't know if the summer was the best time. I have more of these, like I said, and I definitely want to test them out in the winter. I think it might be better suit me in the winter because I'm still pretty oily here in the heat. But yeah, so I had 7 of those, 1 for each day, and I used it in the daytime under my makeup, and I had no issues with my makeup or with it, that's always a good sign. All right, we have a conditioner, and this is from Pantene. This is just like one that was in a hotel room. It is the Daily Moisture Renewal conditioner. It was nice. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. I used it twice, It was enough for basically not quite two, like I would have liked a little bit more for my second use, but it worked well. Probably wouldn't be something I would purchase just because there's so many other conditioners out there, but it was nice. And then I'm so excited I finally finished this. I've had this for years. I might have had this for 10 years, and it's just been one that I just overlook, and I'm like, oh, I'll get to eventually. And I finally used it. It had a seal in it, and actually it was really hard to get it open because that seal was so good. This is from Sexy Hair. It is the Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Renewal Argan Oil. It's a pretty good argan oil. It's not quite as good as Orlando Pita. I really like his. His is my favorite argan oil because it's really a thin consistency and absorbs really fast and doesn't weigh down your hair. This isn't as thick as the Moroccan oil, which is way too heavy for my hair. Like anything that I get with Moroccan oil now, I pass along because it just weighs down my hair, makes it look stringy and greasy no matter how much I use. So this was a good medium in between those two. Would I ever purchase this? No, because it took me forever to get around to using this. And I know I've used this before, but yeah, I was glad to finally get it out of my collection. I'm trying to use up some of the ones that I just keep overlooking because I'd rather just reach for it's a 10. Every time I get one of those samples, that's one that gets pulled to the front. I like the spray bottle. It's much easier than having to pour it into your hand and run it through. But that's just me being lazy. That was a lot of samples. This is a longer sample Saturday than normal. Anyway, let me know how you are all doing. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.